Okay, so nobody's getting the truth from the mainstream media, folks. It's well past time to open your eyes, your ears, and your mind. Do your own research because something isn't right here. And if you can't see that, you are not paying attention, folks.
It's the opportunity to forge for ourselves and for future generations a new world order. A world where the rule of law, not the law of the jungle, governs the conduct of nations.
So let's look at each one of these and see how we can get this down to zero. Probably one of these numbers is going to have to get pretty near to zero. Now that's back from high school algebra, but let's take a look. First, we've got population. The world today has 6.8 billion people. That's headed up to about 9 billion. Now, if we do a really great job on new vaccines, healthcare, reproductive health services, we could lower that by perhaps 10 or 15%.
The important message that we need Australians to get vaccinated as quickly as possible. In line with that, I do encourage all Australians to please go and book your vaccinations as soon as you can if you haven't already done so.
Emma, get away!
When we are successful, and we will be, we have a real chance at this new world order, an order in which a credible United Nations can use its peacekeeping role to fulfill the promise and vision of the UN's founders.
Okay, we need to stand up against this tyranny, folks. Stop giving away your freedoms and liberties, because the more you give up, the more these people will take until you have absolutely nothing left. That's their agenda.
Oh, look out. Where am I? Lost on screen, guys.
No, you're there.
No, I'm here. I think I'm here. Okay, hang on. We'll find me in a minute. There I am. All right. How are we? Into another day, guys. I hope you enjoyed the show last night, and I hope you just, enjoyed my comments about what we have to do and what we have to become. And it's my opinion only, guys, but it's about getting aligned, getting going, and everything's going my way, guys. All right. Believe me. Okay. We've got some really good people that are, wanting to work with us and talking to us and looking at all these new options and stuff that are out there. So yeah, I'm quite happy. All right. Everyone just look after yourself out there. Okay. So over here, guys, we're going to up women's wages. That's going to be just for a little bit of a, dance in the park and upset a few people. Sydney, the most expensive place to live in Australia. Last night we had no volume. Tonight we can't get Frank in here. Today, Derek, Serena, and Eric were asked not to go to court. I haven't got any information on that, but it wouldn't surprise me if they ex parte them, guys. That's just what they do. And then if we get up here to the top of my little bullshit meter up here, you drivers, people out there, don't buy new cars, guys. And it's not just the new cars neither, but don't get them, all right? Drivers cough up 30 million in fines after new roadside cameras switched on. So that's them big things that they're running on the side of the road, guys, all right? They're getting people for everything and anything, all right? You light up a cigarette, I reckon they'll be having you. So, yeah, just think about that, 30 million. Okay, all right. Whooping cough cases soar by 15,000%, leaving 2 dead in health workers concerned it could be the next outbreak. Well, if you keep spraying us like you're spraying us and doing what you're doing to our children, of course, whooping cough is going to be here, guys. All right, it is quite simple, guys. Let's get onto this, okay? The sooner we get it exposed, the sooner we put the pressure on them, the sooner we stop this, and we all know it, okay? So our kids are going to be sick. All right, this is different. The Queensland Council abandons EV chargers. Great. Installation plan after dirty nickel media report. So, a Queensland council has indefinitely suspended plans to install public electric vehicle charging stations. Mayor watched a commercial media report highlighting environmental and human rights concerns in the industry. At least that's for a good thing. But yeah, get rid of them. We don't need them. Got free energy, guys. We looked at it last night. Oh, we look at it a fair bit if you're watching me. Well, the role of climate change, guys. The role of climate change is in the hands of the good Lord. Okay, but they're putting out videos now about habitat destruction. The only habitat destruction is you guys putting your bulldozers through to knock down trees and put in windmill farms and solar panels. That's it. Or closing gates to stop us people going in and enjoying our country. So here's to you. We know what you're up to. Parkinson's disease could affect 25 million people worldwide in the next 25 years. Well, if you keep the amount of fluoride and aluminium pumping into us as you have lately, guys, I would reckon you're pretty freaking correct. When you're ready, Caz, come in. Let's get going. Is Frank there?
Frank is here. Let's see if he's got sound.
Testing 1, 2.
Oh,
hey!
This is very good.
I'm a tech head, Dave.
You are. Now, Franco, you put out a really lovely tribute to John Jamieson, who we lost a couple of days ago, and I think we're all shocked about it. So, guys, I'll just first of all show you who John Jamieson is, and then we've actually got the report that Franco mentioned, and I didn't even know that.
To the PhoenixTaskForce.org, Dr. John Jamieson, and we absolutely support him from the Corruption Whistleblower newspaper. As you can see, look what he's done to his van from downtown Queensland. See edition 1 and 2.
So he was involved in that, and this is part of your tribute as well, or your introduction.
Thing called the Phoenix Task Force. He packed a lot in such a short period of time, and I want to share a few stories about John. And I don't think John would mind me sharing these stories about him anyway. So, this is a dedication to John Jamieson, and I had the privilege to meet John not that long ago. But, when you strike friendship and you strike chords, that it's almost like you've known each other for a lot longer. And then John was one of those people that had an impact on me in such a short period of time.
Now, he wasn't given credit for this, and I remember the stories from some years ago, but this was his work.
This is the vision the greyhound industry doesn't want you to see. The industry claims live baiting has been outlawed.
That has certainly been clamped down on in the last 5 years, and it's cleaned right up.
But tonight, undercover footage reveals the awful truth.
Their words to me were, "It smells like death."
I remember standing there thinking, I cannot believe this.
So, Franco, he was responsible for outing that story, and they didn't even get to half of it, which is the laundering of the money.
Yeah.
Yep.
100%. That's exactly right happened, Caz. And, what they did was the ABC took credits, as did the RSPCA, took credit on that behalf. And John wasn't even given a mention. And John had reached out to every senator, including Rennick, including Pauline Hanson, including Malcolm Roberts. I've actually got footage of it all. You know what I mean? So, and we know that it was, as you said, it was a money laundering operation. That's what the greyhound industry is all about. And he had death threats on his life on continuous basis.
Could I infer, Frank? Frank, could I step in and infer that maybe if Mr. Roberts, Mr. Rennick, or who was the other one, had dealt with this gentleman, he may still be here now. Now, I'm not saying anything there, but I'm saying, why was he not dealt with when he had a whistleblowing corruption issue with the greyhound racing. And why is he no longer with us through what? Another heart attack. Now, you know, we're all smart enough to know what technologies these guys have and what they can do, guys. So, Mr. Rennick, One Nation, Mr. Malcolm Roberts, and whoever the third gentleman was, would you like to come and talk to us now? Would you?
So, Franco, with John's story, now I wasn't even aware of this story until you revealed it, but he started off, he had a really rough sort of beginning, and his mother knew that she wasn't going to last long, and so she gave him a prophecy. So, that was a prophecy about working with the animals, yeah?
Yeah, he was, you know, look, John probably would have been in his early teens, I think 12, 13, and his mother had the gift of prophecy. And she was very unwell, and she knew that, and she knew she wasn't going to be around for a long time. So she told John that he doesn't know it now, but one day you're going to come back and heal animals. And then while that happened, she actually said to him, she said, listen, when that does happen, I want you to expose the greyhound industry. So she was an avid dog lover herself and a passionate activist for animals. And she obviously knew the practices back then. Now, that wouldn't have meant a lot to John in his early teens, you know what I mean? So, like all of us, we go on our life journeys, and John found himself in all sorts of places, you know, because that's the spirit that he is. He had a deaf experience, and as he came back, he was gifted with this ability, this innate ability to actually heal animals purely by his hands, feel, and touch. And there's plenty of footage out there. I'll find the links eventually. I'll pass them on to you, Caz. But he just has this innate ability to heal animals, and the animals have this. I've watched, I've seen it, and they've got this connection with him. It's a gift. It's certainly a gift.
Well, yeah.
I've been in the greyhound industry. I've been in the greyhound industry. I know who these dog whisperers are, some of them in the old days. You saw I mentioned something about greyhounds, and Mark Craig was in here on the dot, mate, backing me up on everything I said about Autumn Halo. Tommy Comerford, actually, he corrected me, owned it, not Kenny. But yes, this is a very, very, very wicked industry we never knew about. And this gentleman's gone out and exposed it, guys, gone to senators after senator after senator. This is one of our people, guys. This is a guy who's put his whole life into doing what we do. Done up his bus, got him behind the corruption whistleblower who's not scared to do a thing. And guess what? He's no longer with us, guys.
Yeah.
No longer with us.
It's it's
a big loss.
It's a huge loss.
Yeah.
He's also like we see people like Francis of Assisi had this incredible connection also with the animals. So we know that it's historically accurate as well, you know, as far as these things go. So the footage that was shown, now was he did he contribute that footage, do you know?
Yeah, apparently so. Yeah, he told me it was all his footage that they used, and he got no credit for it whatsoever. And he'd been doing this. This is pretty much his life's work. You know, he realized that, you know, he saw the levels of corruption, and you know, the wickedness of the entire industry. He could see that. And the thing was, he used to put up his own dogs against their. See, people don't realize that the dog's already a predetermined winner, right? And and so John trained his dogs on ice cream. Yeah.
Well, that's what you do. Kids and dogs are the same, you know.
That's right.
So apparently dogs like ice cream too.
He put it in his terms. He goes, I'll tell you something, Frank. He goes, I had 3 in the barrier. And he says, mate, they were scratching the ground to get out of the bloody thing. And I'll tell you what, mate, all they wanted was that ice cream as fast as they can get it. You know what I mean? So that's the character that he was. And it was just that kind of bloke. He was just amazing. But, yeah. And he just loved telling that story. He loved it, you know?
Well, I see that his family's asked for, there's a fundraiser who's been, that's been organised by Lachlan Jamison, and so I'll pop that in to the into the show notes so that people can actually contribute to that.
That's one of ours, guys, and I would say, this is not a coincidence, guys.
No.
All right. This is the Freemasonic money laundering industry we are playing around with. Okay. Or John was playing around with. John was exposing. John was well involved in. He knew where the dead bodies were buried, if we want to use that term. Okay.
That's it.
So he had a lot of knowledge, guys, and he's no longer with us. Is that upsetting you? So I tell you what, it pissed me right off.
Well, the thing is that we're seeing, one of the things that that Franco was saying earlier on as well is that the level of corruption, we're just absolutely wallowing in corruption in Australia. You've got Eric and Serena's story here, this one.
It can happen to any one of us.
The incident out of their property out there at Rutherglen, which is absolutely abhorrent.
Well, we're here for police accountability.
I'm here to support the injustice of it all.
Yes.
So the whole situation is wrong, no matter which way you see it.
If you're going to lie, you have to have a good memory, and you need to know how to lie properly.
They won't allow me to bring in what happened to my wife, that she got run over by that bloody police officer. And they're like, well, no, you're not allowed to ask that, you're not allowed to bring that into the court.
Serena was on her own property, minding her own business, and her life has turned upside down.
You admitted that you heard my wife screaming with the window up and the engine running. I mean, what more proof do you want? She was injured. No, she was putting on an act. Well, that's where all the lies come in. Well, the ambulance had only been there for probably 10 or 15 minutes and I was in custody. They want to put a husband in jail for what happened to his wife because he got upset, and it was like something broke within me, and it was like somebody had reached in and actually ripped my heart out. And because I knew that's not right, and I knew she was severely hurt. I didn't know what the hell I had to do other than this bloke is going to drive straight out the driveway with a car, and that's the last we'll see, and the whole shit show gets thrown under the carpet.
3, 2, 1, lift.
So we have that. There's also the situation where Rowan Cannon is suing Victoria Police for absolutely violent arrest over nothing. He's never, ever, ever had any kind of interaction with the police whatsoever. And then you've got
Before you bring this one in, just on this topic, guys, we've also had Rod Culleton's lawyer. All right, just after they won the case, 3 hours after the case, died, heart attack. Seriously?
Yeah.
All right, we got Michael J. Griffith, or G. Griffiths, in hospital. Mild heart attack, guys. Okay, now, there will be a show Saturday night, 7 o'clock. Michael's booked in next week on Wednesday to have a triple bypass. I don't think he's going to mind me telling anyone that. I've been talking to him a few times today. But on Saturday night, we're going to do a show, guys, and it's going to be the Guru and Griffith journey. And we're going to go back to when we first met each other at Epic. And we're both on a journey now. So we're going to bring this journey up to now, and we're going to continue it with you guys, the both of us. Okay, so that's going to be 7 o'clock Saturday night. I'll put a reminder out, get it shared out everywhere. Let's not miss it, guys. All right, and the more people get on there, the more we can red pill, we can introduce the witness statement, we can do all these different things. But it's going to be the Guru and Griffith journey. Okay? You just don't know it, guys. Me and Mick met on the first day there. No one knows the story. So it'll be very interesting.
No, some of the politicians that we've got have been standing in the balance or standing in the gap for a while. This is a compilation of Jim Wilmot.
Vehicles over here. how much resources they're putting into baiting a place with no fire ants on it. There's no fire ants. You go 20 k's down the road and there's fire ants either side of the road on state government land.
When you get
This is Trevor's property right here, people. This is Trevor's property right being walked over.
And I'll write them down as
This is bureaucracy in action. This is red tape compliance in action. Trevor's property rights are being walked over. He wants to get rid of fire ants, but he's given no choice.
Look at them covering their faces.
Yeah.
And here he is, he's been arrested, the homeowner.
So Trev's cut his hand pretty bad when they arrested him. He's cut on that old bit of tin around the back, so he's bleeding a fair bit, so he's got pressure on it, which is, you know, this is what happens when there's a heavy-handed approach when there doesn't need to be. This isn't working with the community, it is working in direct opposition to the community. It's just absolutely ridiculous. And there's no fire ants here.
Yeah, go, Frank. Go, rip it in, Frank. I've just bowled you up a full toss, mate. Put it over the fence for six, will you, brother?
So who the fuck are you going to vote for, guys? Like, seriously. You reckon a vote's going to change all this nonsense? I mean, it's unbelievable, mate. Unbelievable. We've got no justice in this country. None. Zero. And no accountability whatsoever. It's honestly, mate.
And everyone that's freaking exposed him, everyone that's exposing him is going to maybe just cop a little heart attack.
Yeah.
Well, guess what? There's enough of us here to start the line, guys. Let's walk forward. Arm in arm, let's walk forward. These pricks want to play this game. Game on.
Yeah.
Well, yeah, the thing is, too, that you can't even afford to have a heart attack under this current regime because, as you can see here, the Medicare bulk billing rate has fallen 11% under Labor. So they're even charging you more for that. So it's not looking great at the moment.
Well, just to let you know, as I said to you guys, I've been going into their system to talk to these guys, all right? To talk to them, all right? And I've been to an oncologist and I've been to a surgeon. And guess what? Both of them bulk billed me. $400 they were, and both of them bulk billed me. You know why, guys? Maybe God was behind it because I asked him to.
Yeah.
Because I'm not shy. Because I know what they're doing and I know how they double dip. And I had a relationship. One of these guys has told me that he's had 4 boom booms. You know, and here he was trying to get the children of Wollongong down to the Vax hub that he ran. And he's now realised, guys, do you think it was hard for him to say, oh, bulk bill Mr. Graham, please? No. The oncologist that I went and spoke to knows what I do and who I am and what my thoughts are. When I walked out, the lady said, over here, thank you, Mr. Graham. I said, yeah, is this the bulk bill section? The doctor walked out of the room, looked at her, and said, you bulk bill this gentleman, please. Guys, we're getting ripped off all around, okay? And I'm in talking to these guys because I want to red pill them. I've got to take my chances and get in and red pill them. I sent them the Cancer Act today of 1939. I spoke to him this afternoon, the oncologist. I didn't mention the Cancer Act yet because that's not how we work, guys. I just sent it. Hopefully, it's filtering around the office first, and the girls are looking at it going, holy shit, what's this? Okay? We got to do this shit, guys. We got to be in there, all right? We have got to have to change their system. And we can change their system by walking in there and going, hang on. You got some good technologies here I'd like to have a look at. You got some shit I'm not touching. Now talk to me. And while they're talking to you, you red pill the fuck out of them. That's how you do it.
With the interesting thing about it is too, like with the things that are happening, a lot of people are waking up because it's not just this kind of stuff. It's the general. It's not just the general rip-off. It's also this assassination on our culture with things like this going on.
Another battle march for weary veterans and their families.
I'm not quite sure which direction this country's going in,
to be honest.
Concord's Kokoda Track Memorial told by the federal government there's no more money.
It's highly likely we will have to close the memorial.
Heart-wrenching for 101-year-old Richard, who fought at...
Now, you've got that as well as what's going on down in Melbourne, but they can afford to paint the rainbow flags everywhere.
Frankie's coming in first.
Hey, Dave, what about the bloody RSL clubs that they've got plenty of money for? I mean, how many of those get built up? And not 1 cent.
Yeah. And what about Westpac, just while we're just going off for a minute? Westpac, we know they're a fraudulent company. They've been caught out. Justice Matters has put them out there, and they've just on the brand new Westpac logo on the front of the Australian soccer shirts to go and play in the Indonesian Cup. So bring on Westpac, you bunch of fuckers, and you can sponsor our national team. You rip-off fucks. Excuse me. I'm not
absolutely, Dave. Absolutely, Dave.
And it's not just that; it's also the assassination that's going on in the environment. These phony environmentalists. Look at this.
There's 2 dozers in there right now. I hope to be down there soon. Photograph this. A complete disaster. Should not have been approved. Highest density of koalas in Queensland.
Well, work is now well underway. 46 turbines, financially backed by the then Miles government's Renewable Energy Fund. Have a look at this.
This is all new road.
Jeez.
And up here, it's a big area, clearing over 10 hectares, a clearing of koala habitat. This is all koala habitat.
It's unbelievable.
It's a national fucking park. It's not. It's not yours.
I'll tell you now, Dave. My mate, whoever was involved in all this devastation, I'll tell you now, mate.
Well, they're fortifying their position. They're very concerned about the people who are bailing them up, are asking the questions, doing actual journalism. And you can see this. What's News is the guy who bailed up the Greens the other day and asked her, or attempted to ask her a question. Now, this is the new guerrilla tactics being used. Unbelievable. So this is from a university professor of Deakin University. His name is Josh Roos, and he's talking about the guerrilla tactics. And he's basically saying that their bird dogging refers to activists hijacking politicians' media events. No, we're an alternative media because the media is not doing their job. That's why we are going, because it is our right to engage with people who want our vote. Like, hello? And then he goes on to say, what we're seeing in Australia is activists drawing on the international repertoire of tactics that have been used and developed, particularly in the USA. And then he goes on to say, the key here, though, is the danger of just one of those individuals demonstrating malevolent intent or a willingness to use violence. You can see where this is going.
Yeah, I can see where it's going, all right.
Yeah.
You rape, pillage, and plunder in our country. You've already given it all away. What's left? You're just going to knock over and put up fucking windmills and friggin' solar panels and whatever next bit of bullshit coming in, fucking, your nuclear power or plants or whatever you're going to do. And we've got it all sitting in the ether that you're creating, an imitation 5G, 6G network above our ether to hide our ether and to make us sick. You fucks.
Yep.
Well, look, we're at our bar, so I'll bring in, give Dave a breather. He can cool down for a minute. This is what's on this weekend.
And the Mondays at Maggie's crew is calling for tools down. It's time to stand together. A corrupt and tyrannical government is crushing industries, stripping freedoms and silencing voices. This affects every worker and every business. New South Wales under a corrupt government. Enough is enough. We won't stay silent and we demand action. So join us every Monday at the Governor's House in Sydney at 11 a.m. And a reminder to contact the offices of Chris Minns, Ryan Park and Paul Scully. They are invited to come on the show Stop the Rot, Sack the Lot and have a debate with Dave. And Rocco is hosting an Election Day barbecue, 12 noon, Saturday the 3rd of May 2025 at Ewan Park Barbecue area. And there will be a zero immigration protest. They will gather at 11 a.m. on April the 26th at Sydney Town Hall. There will be an Australia-wide rally on Saturday, April 26th. No more uni party. Repeal the hate speech bill, freedom of speech, leave the WHO, and pro-freedom minor parties. Everyone is welcome, and the locations are to be announced. And in Victoria, we have the following events. In Melbourne, gather at the Governor's every Saturday to end the tyranny. 10 a.m. every Saturday at the Governor Gates. And there will be a Save Lotus Creek Alliance rally, Stop the Destruction of Connors Range, on Saturday the 26th of April at 10:30 a.m. to 1 p.m. And join the Justice of the People in Melbourne every Sunday at 4:30 p.m. for a remembrance at the Shrine of Remembrance, lest we forget. Women's Voices Australia presents Women Will Speak at Parliament House in Melbourne on Saturday, April 26th at 12 noon. In Canberra, every day for over 1,000 days, the freedom fighters have been protesting at the Governor-General's. To join in, meet at the National Rock Garden at 10 a.m. to expose the 28, or tune in on YouTube at hashtag expose the 28. And check out Dan Tilder's new t-shirt designs featuring the QR code, the event number of the witness statement documentary. A daily prayer space is held on X at 3 p.m. So whatever you're facing, come along and we can lift you up in prayer. Every day, 3 p.m. on X. Melissa 146233923.
Hi, how you going?
We got a lot of things going on. It's good. Dave's had a breather, everybody, which means we're going to be on the air a little bit longer, hopefully. Well, actually, it looks like Mark Zuckerberg might be in a little bit of trouble, so maybe he might leave us alone for a bit. Look, the AEC, now, I haven't verified this. There's a couple of things I haven't verified. Guys, if they're out, like, we need more people on deck, guys. If anyone can research something for us, can you please just do it and send it to us? Even if you can just basically put together a little bit of a report, because there is so much going on. It is hard to stay on top of it. This I do not know. Can anyone look into this and find out for us?
The Australian Electoral Commission is now telling candidates what they can and cannot talk about. So I know of direct correspondence from the Australian Electoral Commission telling a candidate that they cannot speak about superannuation, they cannot speak about digital ID, cannot speak about council rates. Is this what you're voting for? Control of information, control of free speech. It's pretty embarrassing. If you're voting for Labor or Liberal, they're pushing this narrative of absolute control. They've already changed the laws for independents to get in. Can you not see it? Are you that indoctrinated? Have a great day.
Does anyone know if that's true? Can somebody please find out about it? Well, that's the thing, is I wouldn't be surprised. It seems viable. We're at the stage where it could be a furphy. And we don't know, because there are so many things that are basically just so bad going on at the moment. One of them is this land titles thing. Now, I've been sent two things. Rocco actually took it up with somebody who is an expert in the area or knows a lot about it. And he actually says that no, that even they're not really coming after it. So although the government is destroying all the records of property ownership, the archives are safe for anyone wishing to prove their home ownership.
However, we don't need them because we're all going into 15-minute cities, right? And there is going to be, because they're going to give you your property and they're going to give you your money and they're going to give you your food. They're going to give you your poison. They're going to watch you pull your skin off your custard.
Well, that's it.
Now, this camera, 24-hour surveillance.
That's it. And this person has put this one together, which seems to disagree with it. So if anyone can look into it, please do.
Our government. Just check something that I just reposted. Albanese has gone very sneaky and he's changed all titles of all land in Australia over to leasehold, which means all properties, it don't matter whether you own your home or not, it don't matter anything about that, your land or anything like that, all our properties are all leased from the government now, and there's a chance we will not even be able to let our kids inherit our property, because our land, all of our land belongs to the government. It's all leasehold. Check out the repost I just put up. Oh my God, how far is this bloke going to go? Talk about just dictatorship. I mean,
so if anyone's got some time to actually look into that for us and do a report or send us the information that you find, that would be absolutely awesome, because we just don't have time.
Yeah, especially me at the moment, guys, looking after me. I'm taking some time out for me, my wife, and the family, but we're going to be here every night doing it, okay? I might have some appointments where I might miss a show or drop in halfway or whatever, but there's no giving up in this, guys, all right? The war's on. Me and Michael are going to talk about it Saturday night. We're going to get that reminder out very soon, tonight or tomorrow. All the looks come from me in the studio. But, yes, it will be today or tomorrow, and we want you to share it around, guys, and get it out everywhere, okay? And, let's have a listen to the journey of Guru and Griffo. It will be very interesting.
And also the other thing that we need you to do is we need you to attend events. Okay, if there's, even though you might hate them, we need you to attend events and take photographs. We have a suspected one, 2 suspected fakies where they photo generated the crowd. Okay, but then when you look at something like this, now this is Jared Reddick. He's done a selfie. Now the front seats are empty because he's obviously got guests invited. VIPs have been invited. But if you look, that room is actually quite sizable. There's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 doors to the end, and that place looks pretty full to me. So when you see crowds versus crowds, okay, that are AI generated, I believe that they're going to attempt to, phony up the votes or steal it or whatever, because the AEC did a great big thread about how it's important to vote in pencil and why voting in pencils and how safe it is and all that sort of stuff, which is like, why would we even believe them after we've seen ballot boxes being wheeled out and they okayed it? Anyway. But if we can have if we can have a record. Oh, you were in that record? It was you were in that room, Jane? Great. And it was totally full. Thank you.
Right.
So this is what we want to know, because the thing is that they are AI generating stuff, or suspectedly. We suspect.
All right. Can I just jump in there? Because, guys, we've gone further, okay? We've got a 24-hour stream now going out to some pubs. All right, the Cully Hotel's getting on board. Caz's Mates Pub's getting on board. We need more pubs out there. We want one of the tellies in the bar running our show. We got a 24-hour link, guys. All right, it will just randomly pink our shows and put them up. So talk to your local bar people. If you're still drinking that beer poison, don't mind. Get out there and promote the show for us. And then consider drinking lemon, lime and bitters after that, so you're sober enough to answer the questions that may be coming from the participants watching the show, because we all think ahead, don't we? We're 5G chess. Yes, Frank.
Yeah, or they could actually have their own Q&A around their own round tables, mate, and have real honest discussion, brother.
Yeah. Guru could do special event turn-ups. You're not going to know where. Just get to a pub, and I might be there, with Kazza and Frank and Mel.
Well, that's it.
Show from there.
When we move to the next stage, that is what we're doing. But you can see that all around the world, the same kind of stuff is happening. But you can also see the people rising up. This is what's going on in Ireland.
People, I don't care who feels upset about it. Hey, people come forward. Hey, kids come forward. Yes. You look up at the tents on Ball's Bridge. It's sad to see, but there's no loo, so send them home. Yeah. We have homeless Irish people. Send them home. 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 Send them home.
It's absolutely criminal what's going on there. Some villages of like 600 people have got more migrants, and they're being attacked, on a daily basis. So, but anyway, look, We're winning. Just
We
slowly,
are.
that's all.
We're winning. Yeah, the exposure. We're winning the war we're meant to win, guys, all right, which is the information war. All right, the rest comes with it. All right, but we got to win this one first, and we're going very, very well. Otherwise, they wouldn't have their little things out coming at us with people laying in hospitals or not even on the planet anymore, guys. This is the war you are in. I spoke to you about it last night on the run out. Okay, they are dead serious, man. They don't like you. All right, your government loves you to death. Think about it. Romeo George said it. Your government loves you to death.
We're being taken out by the rocking housewife, and it's her tribute to Ireland. So, Franco, if you'd like to have some final words, and Dave, you can wrap up, that'd be great.
Look, there's so many events out there. I encourage everyone to get out there, get your cameras out, start filming. If you go in your local area and you've got your local politician out there, get in their faces, start asking the questions, make them feel really uncomfortable. Be proactive. Is the statement, go into the cop shops and get a number if you can. Otherwise, if you don't know what to do, come and meet me at Mondays at Maggie's, and we'll teach you how to use your voice and grow in stature. And to all your Greens, with all that devastation that you're seeing, you pasty white, freaking vape smoking kids, actually, here's a question for you Greenies. Have you ever heard of Rob Brown? I bet you haven't. Anyway, mate, that's it for me, brother.
All right, thanks again for coming on, Frank. It's always great to have you here, mate. And, we got a little, you guys are an important part, which we've got a lot of important parts to this channel. All right, I'm not leaving anybody out, okay? And if there's other people out there doing important stuff that would like to do what Frank does, which is come on here and give us an update, that's what we want, guys, all right? Because you're all equal. I'm as equal as Frank, as Caz, as you guys out there, all right? Like I've said 1,000 times before, me and Caz and Frank, whoever else can sit up here and put out all this information. If no one's going to watch it or activate on it, there's no use of even doing it. So you are the main people here, okay? But, guys, I've got some stuff for you to do, all right?
Jay Hernandez, you come on the show. There you go. There's one for us. Jay Hernandez, you come on the show.
Can't wait.
Yeah. Anyway,
let's do it. Yeah.
Anyway, was that a troll or was that you I was talking to today, Jay? Because if that was your comment today, mate, you are, Anyway, straighten it out for me, buddy. Not that it was anything bad, but, just a refusal of something. And if it was you, Jay, I find that quite strange, mate. It may have been a troll. So, Terry White, guys, all right, bang them. Bang them. They want to bang your kids, right? Your nieces, your nephews, the children that you see down the park. I told you last night about a friend of mine that come around here, guys, at the end of the show last night, and I just broke down. God's given us all different talents, and unfortunately, I carry a lot of weight when I look at these children, guys, and I've got to release that. We can't have that shit bringing us down, and it was bringing me down for a long, long time, all right? We've got to be able to get rid of it. How do we do that? Get your body, your mind, and your spirit all in one place, all right? That's what we've got to do. We're here to bring higher ascension and exposure, right? And awakening. That's our job, okay? So the other thing is Football Australia. How dare Westpac be on the front of their logo, guys, with what Westpac's done. If you don't know, go to Justice Matters, have a look. We might even put the track on tomorrow night. But Westfield should not be on our national jersey. You are kidding yourself. It's just a slap in the face, guys. The other one, we're in the pubs. Okay, let's get out to the pubs, guys. Let's go and see your general publican and tell him we've got a news show out there that's going to look after your children. It's going to tell you the truth so you can go and do some research. It's going to give you vital links and websites. All right? Because we're all in trouble, guys. Everyone, the people that own the pubs, the people in the pubs, you people, everybody. All right? We work together. We win this. That's what we got to do. Hit Terry White chemists, please, guys, and hit Football Australia. They need to be put on notice. Good night. Thanks again, Frankie. Thanks, Heather.
Cheers, brother.
Yeah.
I walk the streets of Dublin, used to feel so free, but now I see the faces of a crowd that's not like me. I remember summers laughing and the sun by the Liffey flow. But now there's a chill around me. Where did my